all know that the biggest thing people are complaining about in Grow a Garden is how the updates never really change. Every week it's getting a certain mutation on some kind of a plant, taking it to the middle of the map, turning it in, and getting your rewards. And now for the past few months, that's pretty much what it's always been. It's just a different theme. We had the summer one, we had the prehistoric one, we had the tranquil one, we now have the fairy one, and it's just always the same thing. And that's always what everybody is complaining about. They want something new to do. They don't want to just keep doing the same thing every week. And we finally actually just got some confirmation that this next update we're going to be getting on Saturday could possibly be that. Because just last night, Jandal went inside of his Discord and he put in here that he's going to be making some changes to the Ascension shop, but that was kind of the main thing. I think that was what he was really trying to get across. But the thing that I really took from it was a new event style. But I feel like the stuff with the Ascension shop will be really important as well. And since he did say he's making some changes on that, I highly recommend not going over there and expending all of your shekels to ascend until they change whatever it is they're changing, just so you don't waste all of your shekels before the new Ascension comes. But finally, we're getting a new type of event. We have absolutely no clue what this might look like. We have like literally no leaks yet. Usually the leaks start coming in on Thursday. I mean, if you want to see that when it does come out, just hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, so as soon as I make that video, you'll see them. And also just because we're getting really close to 20k. But if I'm being honest, I think this fairy event that just got here, well, the part 2 version of it, I think they really kind of tried making something new and unique. Now the part 1 was literally just as basic as it gets. You literally just got the mutations, put them in here, and you got your rewards. But the part 2 added the new, like the whole crazy fairy system where you had to get these fairy nets and stuff. You could run around the map, you get these fairies, you turn them into the thingy mabobs, the fairy jars. And now at first you did have to get a bunch of them. You needed like, I think like 3,000 to 4,000 of them. They did buff it. It's only like around the 900-ish I think you need for everything. But it was just finally something new to do rather than just getting mutations, and it wasn't as boring. And then every 30 minutes that portal spawns. It's not here right now, but then you can go to the fairy world, you can get a bunch of rewards in there, and it was just kind of new. It was something we haven't really seen in Grow a Garden. But now, can I really sit here and say it was like insanely new? Was it like some kind of crazy innovation? I don't know. It wasn't, but it was a step in the right direction. And now we're getting this on Discord. He's finally saying that this week we're getting a new event style, and he's actually also said this before. I don't know where it was at, but he said it like, I think it was like a month or two ago. Right here, it was literally exactly a month ago. It says the new era of Grow a Garden, the Grow a Garden method era. I don't know really why he called it that, but he just pretty much said how he's been seeing all the criticism about everybody feeling like the past weekly events were feeling a bit repetitive. Now again, it has been an entire month since this, and pretty much nothing has changed. I don't know what's going on over there. I think they were just working on events already, and they just wanted to finish them and get them out before they started working on the new ones. So like this fairy event, they've probably just been sitting on it for like a month already. So now they've probably been working on some new kind of things, and that's why we're getting it this week. The only thing that is a little bit scary is if in case it wasn't that these events were just being worked on for the past whatever, like it was before he even made that big old paragraph, and they were just sitting there in their back pocket, and they're now just using them to get rid of them, because this little statement right here could just be the exact same thing, just not in a paragraph, more like in a sentence. He could be telling us that we're getting a new event this week and then go another month with doing the same thing. But I just really have high hopes, especially with this fairy event we just got. You can really just see that he is trying to change, and if I'm being honest, probably harder than he ever has, with how much the players have been dropping. Every week we get lower and lower. Right now it's not looking terrible, but that's because it's the morning. Everybody is usually on in the morning and then around nighttime, but around the middle of the day, once it starts getting around there, I've seen it at 700,000 players. Now don't get me wrong, that's still not terrible like at all, but compared to this game's peak, not even peak, just where it was like not even a month ago, we were barely getting under like 1.5 million players, and now here we are just a month later of just, I'm pretty sure, I feel like it's literally just the events that are making people not play as much. They're tired of just getting mutations and turning them in for an egg and a seed pack and then being done, and that's why every week more and more people are leaving. At first everybody thought it was just because school was back in session, but I don't think we can keep using that excuse, because it's now been like 3-ish weeks or something like that, and it's still dropping lower and lower every week. I get people start school at different times and stuff, but it's just, I don't think it's cool. And then I guess also 99 Nights in the Forest. This game has been blowing up like crazy. So this right here is definitely playing a factor, but even this game right now isn't even at as high as I usually see it at. It's at 1.8 million, which is insane. It's way more than Grow a Garden. But usually when I check this, it's at like 2.5 to 3 million. And then Steal a Brain Rot is usually lower than both of them. And even if you just look on YouTube, you can literally see the videos and people's views on their video. Like, the views are going down a lot as well. So you can really just see that people are starting to fall out of interest or fall out of love with this game. And hopefully this week, this new event style, hopefully it's something fun, something to do, and it'll bring people back. And you know what I could actually do is go through this little starboard in the Grow a Garden Discord server, because people post ideas for events in here all the time. And actually, hold on, Katie here has a lot to say. There is a lot going on here. Considering most people will be going back to school or college, I think updates should be more playable. This update is extremely difficult as we have to sit and tap the screen for hours to get up to the amount of fairies you request, in addition to collecting fairy tokens. So it's basically the last update we have to do with a ton of new stuff. Your fan base is young teenagers who need an education, so making updates as difficult as this where they can't get anything is really unfair. I managed to get 1 million fairy tokens during the week, and now that is completely gone on about 40 boxes. Now I think most of us can agree with that. I don't think it necessarily has to be as harsh. I feel like the only reason it's so grindy is to keep people on the game. I mean, that's kind of how it works. The longer they have people on here, the more successful their game's going to be, and in return also just more money they're going to be making. Making it that difficult where you need literally millions and millions of everything to be able to get even a few things, I feel like that is a little bit overboard, because even me, I AFK every single night. Sometimes even throughout the day, I just sit here and let my computer AFK and get stuff for me. And I have been really struggling this event, and even just so much stuff being added at one time. And they even said something right here. You said updates would be less frequent, but they're worse than before, since it's about 3 updates in one singular update. Rebirthing along with the new seed shop feeding Sam, it's too much. And again, I think I agree with this one the most. I feel like they added so much at one time. I feel like they should have just did the fairy event, and then they honestly could have did something to where the rebirthing stuff was like just its complete own update. They could have added more to it, made it a little bit more, I don't even know, just a little different. But adding that, the fairy event, all of the feeding stuff, all of everything, all at one time. I'm not gonna lie, when this update came out, I was like really overwhelmed compared to the other updates that we usually get, because I felt like there was just so much that I had to take in and actually understand before I could really do anything. And I was trying to like do it all at once, and it was not good for my brain. And it's like, even for right now with the rebirthing system, it was like kind of no point trying to understand and learn everything and how to do everything as good as possible or just as efficiently so you can get as much stuff for what you have, because they're now completely reworking it. So it was kind of pointless. I mean, I get it though, they put it in to help fix the economy, which I really can't be mad about. I think it was kind of a better thing that it got added. I don't think it was executed as good as it could have been, but it was better than nothing. I feel like what really got people riled up after that got added is once they changed it to where now you can trade your shekels to other people now. So you can just take, like, look at mine. I have 5 sextillion shekels. I can go over there to the Garden Ascension. Before I do, I can trade all of my shekels to a second account. I can then keep exactly how many I need to ascend, and then give all of the shekels right back to my main account. And it like just completely defeated the purpose of the actual ascending, to get rid of shekels and just fix the economy, because it's not going anywhere now that you can just trade them to alt accounts. I really do think that Jandal is trying his best though. I mean, any of us would be like kind of overwhelmed with just the amount of like population he's getting like extremely fast too. This game blew up like that, and so having to update every single week and make something new, it's really, I can't even say it's probably not easy. I know it's not easy. So we have to give him the credit. He's trying to do stuff, and he actually listens to the community. He doesn't make his game just super pay to win. He's one of the better developers we've ever had. So I think we should just cherish it while we have it, because not many games are like this. But that is pretty much everything this week on Saturday. We're finally getting something new. I don't know what it is, but we'll see eventually, hopefully. If you enjoyed, just hit the like button, subscribe, post notifications again. So once I do make leak videos and stuff and we have an idea of what we might be getting, you're going to see that. And also just let me know your thoughts in the comments, any ideas that might be coming, or just what you think of everything I said in the video. But that is everything. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.